Fiona Bruce meets survivors and relatives from London bus number 30.
What happens when something like this happens to you is it takes a large part of your soul away. What it does, it eats inside you. And because it's not something you can work out, like a normal natural death.
Go Sally's wife died on the number 30 bus on the 7th of July. For the last year he's been plagued by questions about his wife's murderer, Hasib Hussain.
I've had to fight with my own demons where I've actually driven down to the person who actually did the London bombings, family, actually to go and actually do the same as them.
Today he's going to knock on the door of Hussein's family to try and find some answers.
Alaikum. Are you Hasib's father? Can I talk to you? Your son killed my wife.
This is how many of them will continue to earn a living. Tonight, the Cook Report investigates the children whose lives are put at risk by the very people who are supposed to be caring for them. And we expose some of the evil men who exploit them.
Happy Hussain, Roger Cook, Central Television.
After plying them with drink and drugs. When they reappear, all too often, it's on the streets.
If you're involved in prostitution at a very young age, it is too easy to stay in that lifestyle, to become a prostitute as an adult, but that also leads on to drug addiction, alcohol abuse.
When I got raped when I was 10 and I feel dirty and I just might as well, it's like I just should give my body away like.
I only recently found out that my daughter's been on the streets, apparently every night, stopping cars.
Very few people knew Harry was in Afghanistan. One of them that did was Chelsea Davey, Harry's on-off girlfriend. We caught up with her up in Leeds last night. She wasn't too vocal on the issue at all, unfortunately, but she had been speaking to him in Afghanistan.
UK's trade deficit with the rest of the world has come as a complete shock, affording the government the opportunity to claim success for its economic policy, but prompting only bewilderment amongst the business community. The principal reason for the closing of the deficit is a £310 million surplus of trade with the rest of Europe, and a surprising assertion that exports to Europe are growing at a yearly rate of almost 10%.
Is that by working under the banner of Carlsberg Bentley, the new firm will be able to sell more product in free houses, which have grown substantially in number to the monopolies.
Basil's clipped a van that's just up there. We've hit the central reservation and then lost control and ended up in the field, as you see.
What we're doing now, breaking into the bonnet and disconnect the battery and cut off all the electric supply.
You got 944. Where them on?
Okay, well, motorways absolutely chock-a-block this morning. You have got loads of traffic. It's dead bumpy up here right now. To join the M62 at Junction 9, it is bumper to bumper, and then the 62 stays like that right the way up past Risley there. In fact, going towards Eccles is fairly grim.
Wind can cause a problem. I think one of your crew had severe problems when he went up filming. I think he filled 4 bags.
The motorways are good, but there's not enough access roads on and off it, so you're always going to get bottlenecks every time someone wants to get off the motorway. And they don't seem to manage to master the fact of going from 3-4 lanes down to 1 lane on a slit road isn't going to cause queues. Of course it is.
PC's John Wedgwood and Ken England are part of York's Central Area Off-Road Unit. For the past 5 years, they've been patrolling not only the streets of the city, but the surrounding fields and moors as well. They ride Suzuki DR400 motorbikes that have been specially adapted for police use. There is no area that these scrambler cops can't get to, leaving criminals with no place to hide. Often bikes ridden on the moor are stolen, so the scramblers burst into action to find the shortest route to head off the suspects. The off-road unit stop them with seconds to spare before they can disappear into the estate.
Welcome to Men & Motors TT 2005. Coming up today, we've got the second of the Supersport 600 races for you.
I feel like he's walking. Putting himself in a good position though for the end of this lap, and a pit stop of course as Hutchinson. Just when you're following someone in, you tend to follow them wherever they're going to some extent. They drag you into a corner, and I think McGuinness there just goes to show that with a very slight lapse behind Anstey, right out to the dusty curb there. And Guy Martin fourth over the jump there for the Suzuki at the moment around this course. Great to see them back. Finnegan again.
It's a battle of the bikes out there as the 600s are being redlined by the riders. It's time for us to put the brakes on and pull in the pits, but we'll rejoin the breathtaking action in a few minutes' time.
Chance meeting and a charity do with some friends. We got talking, said they'd like started a band, and a couple of months later they phoned me. We ended up getting together, and it all took off from there. I mean, it must have been Brands Hatch when there was just a sea of people. It was like being Oasis or some top band. And we had a cracking night last night, and hopefully they'll be all here and bang at it again tonight.
10 or 11 years ago, I bought a set of drums just to have a play about. We started doing it just for a bit of a laugh, obviously, for family parties, just to make them laugh. And yeah, sure enough, it all sort of took off from there, and we became, I wouldn't have said serious, but certainly we started sounding a lot better and getting some decent gigs.
Holds 1,000 tales untold. With this love, it's easy come and easy go. It's like the way we were before the fall. Don't see the reason why every angel must fly. I'm betrayed by the tear in my eye.
We were, yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So
there's an additional benefit on top of it.
Hello, my name is Matthew Robinson. I'm Principal Scientist at Benecol and your partner in helping people get their cholesterol low. This video will help you understand a little bit more about the cholesterol issue and what people can do to get their cholesterol low. It's also important to know that in Tesco's, there are plenty of things that can help people get their cholesterol low. One of those foods is whole grain oats. Now, whole grains are always a welcome addition to a healthy diet, but no other food lowers cholesterol more than Benecol. Benecol contains a unique ingredient called plant stanol ester, and plant stanol ester has been clinically proven to reduce cholesterol about 14%. Now, that's good lowering.
We also know, of course, that all of these innovations in service are based on good evidence. They're not just somebody's whim. So if we operate them properly, we can confidently expect that they'll make a positive difference for users and carers.
Across Cumbria now, we've
ensured that people can go to their own GP, that they can get access to a specialist worker who can provide appropriate care and treatment.
We have got a lot of voluntary sector providers throughout Cumbria. We've got some very established services and some high quality services.
Everything about the day David and Julia have put together is about having fun in a beautiful part of the world. And the day's completed by the winning team often sharing its celebratory champagne with the rest of the day's shooters.
Cheers. Cheers.